Hi, puppy. That shit never gets old. This is for my peeps like myself that are curious about getting a Liberty Walk kit on their car and don't know anything about it. So I'm giving you a couple of points about what you'll need, what you'll require, what comes with the kit, and what you're going to need to do afterwards if you want to install a Liberty Walk kit in your car. First, I want to establish the rules here. My car is not completely done yet. Sticker City is yet to wrap the car, so we didn't do a lot of paint work. The fenders, as you see them right there and right there on the black, are still black, and that's the original color the pieces come. Pieces are coming from Japan, so if you're thinking about getting them, you're going to have to think about costs, your import costs, your shipping costs. No one talks about that. You can actually find the kits that they sell on their website, so you can see the prices there. And little helpful tip right here, go to someone like a body shop or anyone that handles parts. They'll get a discount. Obviously they're going to try to charge you a little bit more for that, but it's less than what you'll pay just ordering from the website. All these pieces that you see are fiberglass. A very important note here, if you're looking at putting one of these kits in your car, they're selling the kits at a pretty good price simply because they don't want to scare their customers. I could be totally wrong here, so if the guys at Liberty Walk see this and say, that's not why we make this, is totally my fault. But I'm just taking a wild guess here and saying they're making these pretty affordable. The pieces don't fit the cars perfectly. You're going to have to cut them. You're going to have to add. You're going to have to take away pieces. And that's where the money really shows. Whoever does your installation is going to be the one that makes the car perfect, or it's going to make it one of those weird looking ones that are out there. So spend your money here. If you're thinking about getting a nice car and doing this, go to a good place and not just go for the cheapest one. I went with Mitch at Famous Autosports and he killed it. You're gonna need to bag the car. Do you know what that means? That means you're gonna have to get a suspension just to lower your car whenever you're not driving it so that it doesn't look ridiculous. Right now the car is at a middle setting where I can drive it, but it's still a little tight. So if you're planning on, getting a suspension, which you definitely need an air suspension, you're gonna have to 100% lose some space on your trunk. This is the remote for my suspension. So I went with a nice suspension that has settings, and then you can program 1, 2, 3 settings. 1, the car is completely dropped to the ground. 2, that means the car is exactly how you see it right now, where it's not completely dropped, but it doesn't look ridiculous and funny. And 3 would be for whenever you're servicing the car, you have to get somewhere where you're gonna have to elevate the car a little bit more than that. The remote's ready, it's not locked anymore. So let's do this, let's drop this biatch. Boom. Yep. So there you go. The car right now is at, well, almost there, almost there, almost there, almost there. It's just like me having sex. There it is, completely slammed. So that, in my car, I had a couple of things that came up when installing the kit. We had to change the exhaust if we wanted to make it drop another ½ an inch, which I totally don't care about. But this is how it looks now. So let me show you the front. I mean, it's touching the freaking floor. Thank you for the helicopter. Really appreciate it. Looks so badass now. So this is when you go to the car meet and you show up and everyone's like, oh my God, that's so nice. And then you drop that shit and everyone goes, oh my God. And then everyone starts judging you. This is that part right here. You will need new tires, ginormous, gigantic freaking tires. Obviously, why? Because you're adding fenders to the car on the side. So that means you're gonna need a wider tire and a wider wheel. I think the back tire is the one that's gonna really show how wide that thing is. Look at that. My God, she's sexy. I like my girl's BBW, except this is wide, so it doesn't make any sense. Another big thing that I was expecting kinda was you need to paint the parts. So these went right here. These either you're gonna have to paint, you're gonna have to treat them, or wrap them, which obviously we're gonna go with the wrapping. And last but not least, while you're looking at your beautiful car all done or getting ready to be done, you're gonna have to chop the shit out of that. You know what I mean? Right here. Everything inside, they had to cut the pieces. so that they can fit this with the Tiger. There's a couple of gaps down here inside. I mean, I can't really show you because Mitch did such an excellent job installing, but that part, if I wanted to sell the car and bring it back to stock, I'd have to get another one of those, and this is where it gets impossible. That whole piece is one piece. So if you're gonna do it, just know, keep the car or get ready to spend some money afterwards getting it back to stock. And a few of you asked me also, how does the car drive now that you have the new suspension and everything? The car is way wider now, so that's a little bit of a negative because the car is huge by itself already. And the ride pretty much feels the same. I wouldn't feel as comfortable going hard on corners. Mind you, I have a Hellcat, so I'm not hopeless romantic that bought the car thinking I'm gonna go on the track and murder every single other German car, which is not. This is a car to have fun. Go balls to the wall on that gas. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching as always. Stay thirsty, my friends. And by that I mean like perverts.